Hey, what's up everybody, this is Rudraditya and on the right hand side I have Realme 6, on the left hand side I have iPhone 11 with me, and I'm going to do the speed test of both these phones, and both are connected on same Wi-Fi network. And also Realme is set to 60 Hz because iPhone 11 comes with 60 Hz only. So for the fair test I select 60 Hz on Realme as well. And now let's clear the recent apps from both the phones and then let's start the test. And a very an unexpected test going to be happen right now, so just wait and watch. So let's start with the calendar, and you can see that A13 bionic chip which you will get in iPhone 11 is definitely faster. And yeah, again in camera app it's so 3 in a row for iPhone 11, it's really very fast. But you can see that the Realme 6, which comes with MediaTek Helio G90T processor, is also not behind too much. It's very neck to neck and just slightly behind the iPhone 11. So yeah, it's a very good sign that the app opening and closing speed is actually very good in Realme 6 as well. And even the Play Store opens first in Realme 6. And now you will going to see the surprise which I am talking about, which I talked about in my title. And here we go. Okay, very close in YouTube. And let's see, share it. Okay, so there is a ad, so that's not a ad you will get on the phone, that's the ad in the app. And now here you go. Okay guys, but the fact you will notice that one phone, the Realme 6, is priced at 13,000 rupees because this is the base variant which I have right now with me, and the iPhone 11 is cost rupees 70,000 here in India because that is the higher model with 128 GB storage. So definitely guys, you can see that there is not much of a difference. Now let's see the game, because MediaTek Helio G90T processor is for gaming, we all know this. And I guess this is draw because of the ad, there is a delay in iPhone 11. And now let's see Subway Surfer. But guys, still you can see that the first round, the winner of the first round is clearly the iPhone 11, but it's just slightly ahead. There is not day night difference in both the phones, and there is something wrong, I guess. Look at that. Generally iPhone 11 don't take that much time. I think I have to close this app, and I think, oh no, it's take too much time. Wait, let me remove this app from recent apps. Now let's open this again, and now let's see. Okay, this time it's fine, I guess. But again, oh yeah, that's MediaTek Helio G90T for you. But now let's see the real game, the real heavy game, which maybe surprised you. Okay, so no, this is not the case. iPhone 11 is ahead with A13 bionic chip. Ho, now I can say that this is A13 bionic chip for you guys, and definitely in heavy games you will see the difference. And yeah, at the end of the day, that the Realme 6 has a mid-range processor which is MediaTek Helio G90T. So yeah, it's super fast in iPhone 11, as you can see. But now guys, you were thinking that how can Realme 6 now beat the iPhone 11 is in a speed test? Then I must say that happy April Fool all of you guys. But it's fun to compare both the phones because one is from mid-range category and another is just flagship level, of the phone which comes with a flagship level specifications. So yeah, I did this comparison just for fun, and yeah, it's good to see that there is not much of a difference. So if you are a mid-range user, or if you are using a mid-range phone or thinking to buy a mid-range phone, then it's not a bad idea. And yeah, one more thing I want to include, that performance is not the only thing. I mean, app opening and closing this speed test is not the only thing. Performance in day-to-day life definitely matters, and you will get much rich performance in flagship phones. But there is one thing that you will not, I mean, you are not so behind with the mid-range phones of these days, because these days mid-range phones are also very good even in the normal performance in day-to-day uses. So yeah, app opening and closing is different thing. And now let's see the second round, which is multitask. But my point guys is that these days mid-range phones are so good, and if you pay 13 or 14,000 for a mid-range device, then you will not disappoint, especially from the performance point of view, or like even the cameras are so good these days. Everything is good in mid-range phones. So this is just for fun. We all know that Apple, I mean Realme 6 can't beat iPhone 11. So we all know this deep down. But yeah, this is for fun, that you can see the difference, that how much of a difference you will gonna be see in the comparison, and there is not much of a difference. And definitely the mid-range phones perform very well, and in day-to-day tasks, like if you game, then maybe you will game at medium graphic settings, then it will give you a very good gaming experience as well. And the normal, like the multitasking or the normal, social media or web browsing or anything you will do in the mid-range phones, like any task you want to do, you can do it easily on these mid-range phones. So yeah, the performance on the mid-range phones is actually very good these days. So this is my point. And yeah, I know, if you see that second round, definitely, okay, so Play Store kept by both phones in the memory, but definitely Apple is doing better than Realme 6 even in the multitasking. It might be interesting if I have the higher variant like 6 GB or 8 GB RAM, then maybe that Realme can perform even better, like even better than the Realme 6 base variant. I'm not going to say that it is better, it will be better than the iPhone 11. I can't say, but yeah, having higher variants help you in multitasking, but which is not so necessary, that just see, like now I'm going to open Flipkart, and it take 1 second and then it reloads the app, so you can definitely wait for that 1 second. But yeah, 6 GB RAM is always a good idea in Android phones. And here you see that every app is reloading in Realme 6 after I opened 16 apps, and then every app is reloading almost. So like again, 1 second, it take 1 second and then it opens, so you can wait for this 1 second. Well, one more thing I want to say, that you guys are so crazy about the RAM and the megapixels, then don't focus on these things. Yeah, you have to see the processor, and if you are looking for camera, then look for the sensors and the the image processing, that how's the image processing. See the samples of the photo. Don't go on megapixels, and also don't go on RAM. If you like, there's no need to buy the 8 GB RAM variant of Realme 6, because again you can see that it is not horrible in multitasking. Yeah, it reloads the app again, like Subway Surfer, it reloads, but how much time it will take? It will take just 3 to 4 seconds, and then you are ready to use that app. So yeah, there is no need to buy 8 GB or 10 GB, 12 GB RAM phones. Yeah, 6 GB is good, because jumping from 4 GB RAM to 6 GB RAM is actually a good idea. It will improve your multitasking, as well as overall performance of the phone will get better. But the thing is that if you have an option to buy a phone something like Realme 6, which have a dedicated micro SD card support, then you don't need to worry about the storage. Then you have to think only about the RAM, that how much RAM you require. Then I must say that there is no need of 8 GB RAM or 10 12 GB of RAM in phones. 6 GB RAM is enough. So like, it depends on you, that what you want, 4 GB RAM or the 6 GB RAM variant. If you are a very casual user, like if you use only social media or like browsing and listen to the musics and calls, then 4 GB RAM is enough for you. And if you game a bit, if you do heavy uses on your phone, then 6 GB RAM with a good processor is actually a very good option, because storage is not a problem on this type of phones. So please don't pay so much money just for the RAM. Like 6 GB RAM is okay, but if you are okay with 4 GB RAM, if you are a like light user, then 4 GB RAM, the base variant of the phone, is also very good choice. Okay guys, so iPhone 11 is the clear winner of the second round and also the first round, but first round is close a little bit. Now let's see the third round. Can Realme win this round or not? And already iPhone 11 is leading by 2-0. But yeah, I just did this speed test for fun, and also I want to share my opinion related to the RAM and that how good the mid-range phones these days are. So yeah, it may be help you to think again, that if you are going to buy definitely after this pandemic. So yeah, I hope you like this video. If you like, then don't forget to share this video, and also hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you want any videos, any content related to these two phones, then definitely do let me know in the comment down below. And iPhone 11 win the last round, and with this clean sweep, bye bye, take care.